Hi, that's Vektor T13. In the end of the 2018, I was creating the software for my personal purpose. I have created the tool which name was AntiOS. This tool I have created to test anti-detect system, to test some another foreign license systems, and much more. And I wrote this tool on the WinForms. It's not a pretty good language for a production, So I think after a half year, on the lesson with one of my students, I was checking their computer with the AntiOS tool. He saw this, he saw this tool, he saw the AntiOS, and says that he wanna also have it, So I published it. I published this tool because people want it, and my anti-detect software unfortunately cannot change program IDs, for example Windows program IDs or something like that. So that's why I created this project AntiOS, which can spoof telemetry data, NVIDIA telemetry, Windows IDs, license, network information, open ports, browser fingerprints, and make much more. So I have created this tool, but unfortunately, as I said, this tool was written on the WinForms, so I cannot make it such a good, I cannot provide some kind of error diagnostic or some kind of log system. So that's why I want to create separate software, because there is too much buttons in this AntiOS, and people, not a big amount of people knows how to spoof all of these IDs, and what IDs you need to spoof, what IDs you don't need to spoof. So that's why this project now is closed. I will rewrite it in the next time, but now I wanna show you the pretty simple tool, which name is Vektor T13 all OK. So this simple tool has only two buttons, the hard mode and the soft mode. What does it mean? The hard mode, when you click it, a completely new ID will be created. Your previous ID will be deleted, wipe it, and new ID will be also created, and this ID, for example this user ID, will be created also with a completely new seed. Do you know what is it? Secure ID. How can we check it? We just go to the PowerShell and write who am I user. As you see, after we launch this command, we can see here is the domain name, our host name, name of our computer. After that it goes username, and after that it goes SID. SID, which means Windows Secure ID, is the most powerful and most important fingerprint in the operating system Windows, because this fingerprint is almost impossible to spoof. All of the files on our computer, all of the folders, they have rights, and they have rules what to do with the certain user. For example, one user can open it just for read only, another one user can have a full access, So that's why SID, Secure ID, is the most important IDs in the Windows operating system. And you cannot just, as I said, simply spoof it. So that's why there is only two options how can you spoof your SID number. SID number was very often used by the license system and by the anti-fraud system, for example poker, forex, some online games, and there is only two options how can you spoof it. The first one, you can just check the internet and found software which is provided for Windows 7, but some people tell us that works on also on the Windows 10. This software is a shareware, yeah, so you need to pay around $100, as I remember, $100 per month for this software, which can only change seed. And there is a second option. The second option is using my software. My software change secure ID by the creating completely new username, completely new Windows ID. Yeah, my software uses system program which name is sysrep. Yeah, so this software will help us to create completely new ID. And there is a big difference between creating new ID with my software, yeah, and completely installing new operating system. Because if you create new ID in my software, yeah, all of the programs and the settings will also stay with you. You will have completely new ID, but the software and settings and drivers will be installed and will work fine. So that's why when you need to choose the seed, you can just go to Vektor T13 all OK tool and click on the hard mode. After you click on the hard mode, as you see, sysprep is working now, and we need to wait a little bit. And also you must remember that speed of the virtual machine and speed of the sysprep on the 90% depends from your hard disk speed. Yeah, for example, if you will take just regular HDD, yeah, the writing speed will be around 100 megabytes and the reading speed will be around 150 megabytes. If you will take then SSD drive, the writing speed will be around 500 megabytes and the reading speed will be around 6.5 megabytes. But if you will spend around $200, yeah, you can take M2 HDD. M2 HDD you can find, for example, Samsung 980 Pro. There is a speed will be around 3000 megabytes per reading and 2000 megabytes per writing. And you can also find A data, and these M2 drives can have a speed until 5000 megabytes per reading and 4000 megabytes per writing. So your system will work pretty fast, all of the operation, cloning, opening, working, everything. And because of that, this process of the creating of the new ID will be much faster. And now for a video, I will click on the pause button and we will wait a little bit. So we can proceed. Rebooting takes around maybe 1, maybe 2 minutes, not so long. So we can proceed. We select United States. We select language, just like first Windows installation, yeah? There will be nothing too complicated. Wait a little bit. Now it checks for the updates. So accept the agreement. And wait. So we will select setup for personal use. Click next. Offline account. Limited experience. and select some name, OOP, doesn't matter. Next, accept all, no, not now, again, wait. And that was the last step. Now our operating system was successfully created, yeah, and the new ID we already have. So now we will see our desktop. So now we see our desktop, our ID was successfully created, and as you see, the test mode is also turned on, OpenVPN is turned on, and all of the software what we need are installed. So now let's check our SID. Who am I? User. And as you see, our host name was changed, our username changed by myself, yeah, and this is our SID. It's completely different than the previous time. So now I will show you the second spoofing mode, which name is soft mode. But first we need to take our Vektor OK tool. We can't find it on our desktop because we create completely new user, and our folder with this tool is somewhere around here. So in some of the user folders, for example, we'll check a desktop. Yeah, as you see, there is a user number 2, and we can find it here. So let's start. As I said, the second mode was named as the soft mode. This mode will just spoof not all of the IDs. It will take most important IDs except the seed. For example, you wanna create, you wanna work with the Google, yeah? You wanna work with the Google, and as you see, you can, if you have a Google account, you can just go to this account and find the menu which name is devices. On the devices menu you will see your computer, yeah, and you will also see your computer name, yeah, your computer host name. So that's why you can just change it by going to the system, yeah, and click rename this PC, yeah. You can take any name that you want, but also you can use the soft mode, which will generate your computer name, which will change your username, and also there is a little important thing. Take a look here on the installed date, yeah? So now is the 7th of August, and after you create your new ID with the hard mode, the system will think that you have reinstalled the operating system. That's why, as you see, for example, you will install some software, or you will work with the Microsoft Store, for example, yeah, and all of the programs will see that your operating system was installed today. And it's not a good idea to bypass anti-fraud with newly installed operating system. So that's why I recommend to use the soft mode, and if we click on it, yeah, you see host name was changed, username was changed, device ID was changed. Let's click again. Device ID was changed, hardware ID was changed, Windows installed date was changed, and also some interesting Chrome ID. What does it mean? Chrome Unique User ID. And now I will show you. Take a look on this browser, and we will go to the Gmail. Just for example, yeah, Gmail, go here, and we will create new account, for example, yeah. So unfortunately, when you will use Google Chrome and you will use it against the Google services, Google will identify you. How can he do this? I will not show. Just click F12 button, go to the network, you see here the network, and after that reload the page. Yeah, great. And the first one is the web create account, something like that you need to find, and click on the headers. Let's look. We need to find some string which starts from the xclient data. Xclient data is your Chrome browser ID. This ID was created when you install Chrome browser, and inside this ID there is information in the hash about your geolocation, about your hardware, yeah, and it will work with all of the Google services. You can just Google what does it mean xclient data, and get more info about it, about this tracking, yeah. But I just wanna show you that all of the Chrome browsers has this header xclient data, and we need to change it, because if we didn't change it, unfortunately we cannot work with the multiple accounts, yeah. So just remember it, remember this ID. Now go to the completely close the Chrome. Let's check that Chrome is completely closed. Yeah, all is okay. And click on the soft mode. Chrome browser, launch it automatically. So we will go again to the Gmail, click on it, click create an account, F12, network, reload the page, web create account, and we will take a look on our xclient data. As you see, now we have a completely new header. A completely new header was created by the Vektor T13 All OK tool, and it will make your completely new identity for the Google. So that's it, that's the finish, that's all I wanted to show you. I will also provide new functionality for this software. Yeah, but I think I will left those only 2 buttons. Yeah, it's pretty simple to just click one button. Yeah, and all can do this. So I will also support this project. I will, if it will be interesting for people, yeah, I will take a look at the chat. You can also connect to my chat room in the Telegram. The link will be under this video. So thank you for your attention. It was Vektor T13. Have a nice day.